22-minute. I don't think it's going to be functionable.
All right. Yeah, no, I don't think so. I just realized that when I tried to hit record earlier, it didn't let me until Deidre jumped off, so it just now started recording. But that's okay. I think we only missed a little bit. Just to recap, I guess, which if you're having your conversation, just continue having your conversation. I'm just going to recap for recording purposes that we were talking about if you're having a hard time segueing from, hey, thanks for the Facebook ad, or hey, like just a conversation start with somebody that you're trying to create a relationship with. If you're having a hard time turning that into an invite or transitioning into Beachbody, I was just saying that a lot of times when you're doing the forming, the FORM, possibly if you're talking about the occupation and you ask them what their occupation is, sometimes they'll ask you in return, so you can bring it up then, say that you're an online health coach, or sometimes if you're having a really hard time bringing it up or they're just not asking you questions in return, you can say something about, it was really great chatting with you. I'm going to head off right now and finish my meal prep, get all my meals ready for the week, talk to you later. Or you can say, hey, it was great chatting with you. I'm about to go get a workout in, so I will catch up with you later, or whatever. So you can just kind of throw it in there, and hopefully you are actually doing that particular event and you're not lying, but, or maybe, not that we're telling you to lie. So, but hopefully that's something that is in your day anyway, because we all know that towards the end of this power hour, you're doing your personal development, drinking your shake and getting your workout in, right? So. All right, I'm going to give you guys 2 more minutes, and then we're going to move on. Does that sound good? Erica, what do you think? Are you good?
Oh, yeah, we have to put in the chat box, don't we?
Yeah.
How do you get to the chat box? I don't see a chat box.
Oh, we'll have to tackle that one another day, dear.
I give up. What is technology?
No, you'll be able to on your phone. When you touch the screen, some stuff should pop up on the bottom.
Yeah, I don't see chat though.
It says participants.
Swipe. Yeah, that's right. It's different on the phone.
Yeah.
But then it just comes up with a list of names.
Yeah, so then at the bottom you should see it says chat, and it has like probably 30 next to it in a little red thing.
Oh, yes.
Click on that and it brings you into the chat.
Look at that.
Oh my God, we did it. Yay!
So complicated.
Karen is very tech unsavvy. We work through it together.
How did I get to be this old and be this clueless? I don't get it.
You are busy saving lives, animals, lives. I can't talk. Saving animals' lives. Wow.
That's what it is. That's it.
Erica brought up a good point, which whenever I am struggling finding people, I do the ABC method. So Erica posted that in her chat about who she was talking to with her conversations. The way that I wrote down to tell you guys, there was a little confusion with who was going to be doing the power hour because Deidre ended up going out to Pittsburgh again. So I told her that I would do it for her. So I went ahead and wrote down like a power hour. So what I had for like my starting out, I start the power hour with the 3 invites because I don't know about you guys, but if you've ever read the book or listened to the audio of Eat That Frog, he talks about whatever you have the hardest time with, do it first and get it out of the way. So that way you have no excuses. You're not necessarily adding your Facebook friends first and starting conversations first. You're getting on there right away and you are tackling those invites and getting them out of the way, because you can't say that, oh, I got interrupted. I was 25-30 minutes into my power hour. I didn't get around to my invites and I never got them done. So you do them first thing. So with the 3 invites, I go through my friends list and start with the alphabet. So the way that I was told to do it, you go and you when you go to your friends list and you search, type AA, and if you have anyone there, and then AB, and then AC. So they say you can do it that way, but you can just do it A and then go from there. Whatever you guys find easiest. I just go with A because I feel like I get lost if I'm doing A, B, AC, AD, because you get like too many people that pop up. So I just go A and then B. Anyway, does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I start with the 3 invites and then do the alphabet, which Erica brought that up. So I wanted to point that out to you guys. All right, it is 9:06. I said I was going to move on at 9:05. Since we have added the 3 new friends and we started the 3 new conversations, why don't we go ahead and eat that frog and get those 3 invites out? So if your 3 new conversations didn't turn into invites, you can find new people and turn those into invites, or you can do your new convos and turn those into invites. I personally would recommend doing invites with somebody that you've already built a relationship with. I consider those to be 2 different things. You guys know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Whenever I first started, I watched a video from Michael Folsom, and she said she basically spends 1 week out of the month building relationships and then another week out of the month doing the invites. So that way you're not doing cold invites, or you're not doing invites to people that you just met or that you're just now starting to form a relationship with. That kind of gives you a little more time to chit chat with these people and build a rapport with them. That makes sense.
So how many are we doing?
3. And if you want to do more, go for it. I don't know how productive I can be. I'm one-handed right now because I have a child that fell asleep on my lap. I can type one-handed. I guess I could get on my phone and I could do audio invites.
There you go. I was going to say, or you can just turn this into a power 3 hour.
Yeah, exactly.
So wait a minute. So if we don't have any active conversations going, how are we going to be sending out invites? Do you know what I mean? Like I don't have anything going with anybody. So am I just sending out like a cold invite to just someone randomly?
Do you have anybody that you've had a conversation with in the last like month or 2? Like about not Beachbody that you haven't invited yet?
I guess this is probably where I should have been doing my tracking a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yes, this is where it's important.
That is right. And that's why everybody that you talk to, no matter if you think you have an intention in your head to invite them down the road, write them down anyway, no matter who they are. If they're a random friend that you haven't talked to in forever and you run into them on the street, write it down.
Yeah.
Even if you have like a little notepad in your phone or whatever. I love the Google Docs because then you can pull it up on your phone or your computer.
Oh.
Karen, you're looking at me like I just told you something you've never heard.
A Google Doc.
Yeah. So with Google, like if you have a Google account,
Yeah.
how do I explain this?
It's okay. I've got the app on
Like
my
a-
phone. I'll walk you through it on Voxer, Karen. We'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can FaceTime later and do it.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
Like with my, go ahead.
We do all our technology stuff together.
Just hold my hand.
I do. I love it though.
I appreciate it so much.
I can't hear you, Erica. I thought I saw you trying to talk. I can't hear you.
Now, are we good?
Yeah.
Okay. So, how many of you guys did the cup challenge last month?
Yeah.
So, if you were tracking last month, there should be a vast amount of people for you to follow up with. I actually went through my Go for No sheet from that challenge or from the cup, and I had at least 15 people, if not more, that I followed up with today. So that's also a good place to start if you're just like, where do I go?
That's a great point. I am open for anyone's input on this. I personally have not yet found a tracking system that I like. I created forms for my coaches. I've tried like everything that I found, but I just for some reason have not found one that I like, whether that's like a power of threes form or a tracking form or a BAT or whatever it is. I haven't really liked any of them. So what I do is I just have lined notebook paper, and I feel like it's a bit of a disaster
Yes, it's a disaster.
because I have like 5,000 names on all these sheets of paper, which
Yeah.
so like last week I was still at Success Club 0. So I was like, okay, seriously, like I need to go through every single name that I have ever written down. And so it's kind of a mess, like going through everybody that way. But I have a problem with the BAT or like the power of threes forms because I feel like I don't have enough room because I like to write notes beside people's names.
Mhm.
So like I like to put, their their kids' names or like something that we talked about, like a specific workout program or whatever it is. Like I like to keep notes so that way I don't have to always keep scrolling up into our conversation to see what it was that we talked about. So if anybody has anything that they like.
I've been trying to kind of do that on a Google Doc, on an Excel spreadsheet, basically. My only struggle is consistently doing it because, like I've told Deidre, I'm usually piecing these things together literally like as I walk away from my desk to the break room or to the bathroom or whatever. And like I'll jump on Facebook and I'll do a couple things, but then I don't have time to then go over into my, Google Docs and track each one. So then my tracking sucks. I've done the paper like you, and I have 2 notebooks just full of random pages of names, and I have no flipping idea what's going on. And I've tried like all the trackers. Honestly, the business activity tracker, I like it to track totals, but as far as breaking it down to people, that's where it sucks. So I've kind of tried that to do like that Excel spreadsheet. I like the idea. I think it's a good idea. So I don't know, maybe if you're not already doing that, try that. I don't know. It works. I just have to get better at actually tracking it.
Maybe that's the thing that just I need to use the BAT to follow to like show myself numbers, but in conjunction with my lined paper that has notes on it. So
Right, yeah,
it's a pain in the butt because you're writing people's names in multiple places, but I guess that's just the way that I'm gonna have to go about it.
Yeah, see what I've got for my spreadsheet is I've got like the date that I first reach out, their name, kind of a quick summary of the conversation. And then like I'll set like a follow-up date if I don't hear back from them or whatever. Or either way, then at that point, even if we started a conversation and it somehow fizzled out, I go back the next week or whatever, and they're on my schedule to check back up. And I think what's going to happen over time is I'm going to end up hiding columns, so that I'm not scrolling all the way to the right for infinity, kind of hiding columns as they go. But I don't know. I'm hoping that'll work. But yeah, this whole tracking thing, it's really hard to find a system because we're reaching out to literally so many people on a weekly and monthly basis that it's just like, yeah.
I did when I first started, I had a calendar and I would write people's names down for following up. So I would like flip 2 months down the road and put their name, like follow up with this person, like if they were just like, no, not right now or whatever. So I would put them for like a month or 2 later. So that was helpful with the calendar.
It just feels like you've got to have like 4 different places that you're putting people to have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maybe, yeah, maybe that is just, if you're going to be like super organized about it, that's the route to go. Which, yeah, the biggest point is at least having them written down somewhere and not relying on your messenger to follow up with people, because you're going to lose people, because the more messages, the more conversations you're starting, the more those people are just going to be pushing those other people down, and you're just going to lose them that way. Something that I wanted to point out too was Asana is an app. It's ASANA, and it I've heard of this one to use as tracking as an app on your phone. I pretty much have the feeling that it's just like Google Docs. I downloaded it and looked at it, and that was kind of what I got out of it. Was it's pretty much Google Docs. So I imagine you can probably pull it up on your computer too. So same thing. How are you guys doing on the invites?
I'm on my second one.
Well, that's
talking.
good. I
I'm
mean,
talking instead.
I know. I was gonna say, for having a conversation with me, that's good. Liliana, that's awesome. I had a coach Voxer me earlier today asking if I was going to do anything with 3-day refresh. And I was like, no, I haven't, but I want to. And I'm glad they said that to me because I saw Deidre's post of Megan Blinka's 3-day refresh. And so I was like, I want to do that anyway. So thank you for reminding me. So I posted it, and within like a half hour, I had 2 people asking me. And then actually right before this call, I had another person ask me. So people are all about the 3-day refresh, guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm inviting for right now is the 3-day refresh.
Cool. I totally understand you, Biliana. I have no idea how my child is asleep on my lap right now. I have like bright lights in my face, and I'm talking, and she's just snoozing. Awesome, Erin.
Oh, that's
Jill, of course. It's Jill, right? iPhone. Yes, of course.
So can I get help? I am going to post something in the chat, what someone just messaged back to me, and I don't know what to say. So do I say send them my way or have them like my Facebook, or I don't have an email a generic one.
So, okay, you invited her and she said she's currently not looking for a fitness challenge, but I'll certainly keep it in mind and send people your way who might be. Do you have details you could email me? You were just looking for like what to say to send her regarding the chat?
Yeah. Or like the details part. What details or email am I supposed to send her?
I have basically a script that I cut and paste when people ask, can you give me more details about the challenge group? Or when they say, what do you mean? What is this challenge group? What all does it entail? I can copy and paste and send that and put it in the chat bar because I use it a lot. Sometimes I tweak it depending on who I'm talking to or if I've already said a piece that's in it. It's not very long. I don't want it to be too lengthy because That's one of the top issues that new coaches have is word vomit. You don't want to word vomit to people. Just kind of say what you have to say and then get out. Breadcrumb. Leave them wanting more. Okay, I'm trying to pull up my Google Docs. Sorry. I've copy and pasted it so many times, I feel like I should be able to just recite it from my head. So it's a little lengthy, but go ahead and copy and paste it and keep it in your Google Docs or your Word document or something. So it says basically a challenge group is a closed group on Facebook only open to those ready and willing to commit to their reaching their health and fitness goals. I help challengers choose which workout program they would prefer, do in the comfort of your own home. Then everyone incorporates Shakeology once a day as the base to their nutrition plan as it contains over 70 nutrients. Everyone follows an individualized nutrition plan they choose, provided for you, and I'm here to help. And they check in the group every day. As a coach, I provide daily feedback and give challengers that last piece most people are missing, but is crucial to reaching your goals, and that is support and accountability. 75% of people that start a health and fitness program fall off track due to lack of support. That's the great thing about the groups, where I, as your coach, as well as the rest of my team, are there to support you and help keep you on track. Now, that is fairly lengthy. Of course, feel free to cut pieces out of it so it's not bam, like a huge message. Sometimes I don't send all of that to people. I'll cut out the last part with me saying me and my team. And if you aren't necessarily running a group with other people yet, or if you're, still maybe in your offline challenge group, you don't necessarily have to put that. That's up to you, which they are still your team. And hopefully all of the coaches in the challenge group are supporting one another and supporting all of the challengers. So yeah, you can cut that out. But I like it because it lets them know in order to do this challenge group, everybody does Shakeology. So that way, when you get to that question and they say, well, I don't really like protein powder, or, oh, I've tried it before, I don't like it, it's gritty, or whatever. They say, can I do the group without the Shakeology? You can say, well, I found that, which people love that, feel, felt, found. I found that when you're investing in your health with the Shakeology as the base to your nutrition plan, because of the fact that it's so nutrient dense with over 70 superfood nutrients, and you're investing in your health, you're more likely to put in the effort and stick with it. So that really kind of adds the value to the Shakeology being a huge part of our challenge group. And that's something too that as a coach, you need to be comfortable with telling people that, with not letting people in your challenge group without Shakeology, because it really just kind of takes away the value of the Shakeology if you're not putting value to it, nobody else is going to either. Do you know what I mean? If you're not believing in it and that's coming across through with your messages, then they're not going to believe in it either. Marie, did that help at all? The copy paste part?
I'm not seeing it yet, but my internet's slow. But yes, it makes sense.
Oh, you know what? Oh, that's because sorry, my thing clicked and it only sent it to one person.
That's okay.
There we go. my mouse went
There,
over.
yes,
Yeah.
I see it now.
Copy.
When you get a response back and you don't even want to open it because you can just tell from the first line what they're going to say. I don't even want to read it because I don't want her to see that I read it because I don't want to respond right now. Like, oh, okay, maybe next time.
Then just open it later.
Yeah, I will. I'm going to open it later.
Yeah,
It's 9:30. She doesn't know. I'll
exactly.
open it tomorrow.
You're in a business meeting. You can't be on your phone.
That is right. And you know, I was actually going to make a post about that before I got on. I was going to be like, oh, look at me. Like, I'm going to host a call because I thought I was going to host it from the beginning on. But anyway, I was going to make some stupid little post just about like, oh, I'm so excited to host a call and blah, blah, blah. But then I was like, what if I'm messaging people that are seeing this post and they're going to be like, oh, she's working. She's messaging me. She's not building a relationship. She's trying. So I was like,
Dude,
no.
okay, yes. There's been so many times that I've wanted to be like today when I had my daughter at the doctor, I was going to take a picture and be like, look at that. I'm working at the doctor while my daughter's getting an IV. But then the 12 people that I started conversations with would have been like, oh, you know?
Well, I mean, you could say it was from earlier. I mean, they don't have to know that you're like posting the picture like live time.
Oh, that's true.
I had somebody ask me that, my neighbor. My cat ran away and she saw my post, I think, on one of like the Finding Animal pages. And so she started contacting me and she's like, I saw where you live and your cat ran away and I live right down the road from you. I'm going to help you find your cat. So we ended up like creating a relationship because of my silly cat that ran off. But anyway, we've been like Facebooking back and forth and apparently she's been like following me. And I met her when I took the dogs for a walk. I finally met her.
I saw that.
She like freaked out. She was like, oh my God, Kayla! Like ran after me and was like, oh my God, I'm so excited to meet you. And she's like the sweetest lady ever. But it's just so funny, like how I ended up adding her whenever she messaged me and was like, I'm going to help you find your cat. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Somebody to add on Facebook. And so then I started talking to her and, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. In the back of my head, I was thinking, I'm going to get her in a challenge group because I'm sorry, I can't help it. I'm not going into my conversation with the intent to sell to her, but I always have it on my mind. I mean, I'm just going to, I was watching a call with Raina Odell and she was saying, I go into every conversation with the intent of turning the person into a coach. So, I mean, she was like pretty honest with it. And I mean, she's a top coach. So whatever, it is what it is. But
It's working.
So yeah, exactly. It's working. So I'm not saying like go into stuff with the intent to sell to somebody. That's not what I'm saying. But I, of course, you know, was like, hey, maybe I can help her on her fitness journey, which actually that is a big reason that she decided she loves following me because she was like, you've turned Facebook into a positive world and I'm getting the positive motivation from you. And so anyway, I'm not like bragging about myself. I'm just saying that's what we do. It's, you know, Beachbody coaches. What was my point?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think it was just the fact that like it turned, that's, you know, I found this person or she found me and then I started talking to her and it just turned into a relationship.
Right.
But, you know, she may or may not down the road be a challenger or a coach or whatever. But, you know, she had said, I'm going to share your stuff. And she's been sharing my posts on her page. She raises cats, like fosters them and then finds them homes. And so she's like, you gave me inspiration. The way that you post about stuff in a positive way made me realize that I can find my cats homes by posting about it on Facebook in a positive way. And she said, I'm going to post that you're my inspiration or something like that. So it's like, you never know where you're going to find these people and how it's going to end up benefiting your business. So just keep plugging away and doing your post 3 to 5 times a day, because whether or not you believe it or think it, people are watching you. Do you guys believe me?
Yes.
Are you guys posting 3 to 5 times a day on your pages? Does anybody have
Yes.
trouble with that?
Sometimes I have a hard time, especially like when I'm at work, I have a hard time like coming up with something to post. I'm at home or I'm at work and I kind of want to beat my head against a wall, maybe go in the bathroom and hang myself, you know, and I'm like, what am I supposed to put positive out there?
Put something that you need. Think about, what do you need in that moment that you're like,
Rope.
this sucks. I need something. And Google motivational posters and
Yeah,
share that with
I have done
people.
that. Yeah, I have
Yeah.
done that.
That's what I
It's
do.
hard because I don't like doing that. I like more pictures, you know, I feel like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, no, yeah, at the moments in the 8 hours, 9 hours that I'm at work, all I really need is rope
Is what?
Stop.
to hang myself in the bathroom.
You're silly.
I actually, well, Karen knows, I almost walked out of my job yesterday. So
Jackie, how are you doing?
Good. Sorry, I just keep like chugging away at these invites and
Good.
following up with people that I haven't followed up with earlier today.
Okay, good.
But there's a girl that I messaged today. She was one of my new conversations, and she messaged me back and she's like, yeah, I've been following your stuff. And it was actually oddly like one of the cold invites. And she was like, yeah, I've been following your stuff and I actually ordered Pio last week.
Huh.
And I was just like, it's like one of those, I wish I would have, she wasn't on my radar really. It's just, I came across her name and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll pick her.
Did you ask her if she had a coach?
No, not yet. I kind of did what you did. I like left it there for a second. Let me breathe.
Yeah, get back on and be like, oh, that's so awesome. I'm excited for you to try Pio. I'm excited to hear what you think about it. And say, do you mind me asking if you ordered through a coach? And if she says yes, then you lost her. But if she says no, then you can say, if you're interested in having a coach, I'd be happy to help you with what I can. Or, you know, you can say something about, if you want daily support and accountability, then I'd love to tell you more about the challenge groups that I have. And then if she says that she is interested, then, you know, say something about like how you guys do the Shakeology and the challenge groups, and you would love to give her that daily support with the workouts and the meal plan, which in my opinion, nutrition is 80% of the results that you're going to get. So she's going to want that meal plan and that support with her meal plan. And of course, you're going to need that Shakeology for that meal plan because it's the base to the meal plan.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Shauna, how are things going?
Good. I had my 3 conversations and I have 2 people looking at my website.
Okay. Did you just send them the link to your Beachbody site or what?
Yeah, we talked about like what they wanted to do. Most people want to get the 21-day fix. So I gave them the link to my Beachbody website.
Okay. I am just going to say I personally don't really ever give out my link until people are ready to order. Like we have gone through everything and we've talked about their goals. Reason being, you want to, of course, first make sure that you have a good relationship with them and a good rapport with them. And you've had enough of a conversation that you kind of have that solid base. And then as far as like, if they're interested in something, did you ask them what their goals were?
Yes.
Okay. So do you have like a good emotional reason from them for like why they want to do 21 Day Fix?
Yeah, both of them want to lose weight and be healthier because they're in school and they want to make better choices when they come to like snacking or working late.
Okay, awesome. That's awesome. So, did you talk about the Shakeology and the challenge pack?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. That's awesome. So then when they come back to you, if by chance they find some certain reason, you're pretty well set up to like, hey, remember you told me about you were having problems snacking and you need some support with that, or you wanted to look into a healthier eating plan. That's good. Awesome.
As you were talking about the price, somebody told me that it was too much, and I said, well, that means you have more writing on it and you'll make better decisions every day when you drink your shake.
That's awesome.
He
Exactly.
said, wow, that's a great point. So
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad she said that back. And also too, sometimes if people are having a problem with the price, I just say or if they say like, isn't it expensive? I'm like, that depends. You're asking someone who puts a high value on her health.
yeah.
It's one of my top priorities. So no, it's not expensive to me.
Right. Okay.
Great.
Thank you.
I am sure some of you guys are probably getting to the point that you are going to have to leave. I don't mind continuing to go. I'm not offended if you do have to hop off. So we can go ahead and move on. So we have done the Facebook adding the 3 friends that we've added. We've done 3 new conversations with new people to build new relationships. I just want to add with those, if you are having trouble finding people to start new relationships with, I like to use birthday people. So you go to your, I think you find it in your friends list or your events list. I forget. I was trying to look on I usually do it on my computer, and I was trying to do it on my phone the other day, and I don't remember. Melissa, do you remember with the birthday people? Because sometimes it just pops up.
Yeah, mine will usually, there's like a certain time of day where it comes into my notifications, or like if just on your Facebook, it'll come up like on the left top hand, yeah. On the left hand side on the top of the screen, it'll say, such and such birthdays today and such events this week.
Yeah, if I'm on my computer, mine comes up, I think, on the right-hand side.
Well, I meant right. I
Okay.
don't know which side is what. I
Well,
have
that's
to do
all right.
this,
There's I can't use my left hand, but it's an L if I put it. No. Oh. Whoops. Yeah, on my computer it's on the right. Mine's not up there right now, but on my phone, let me see. And I think iPhones and Androids are different. So it's events. Okay, so go to your events and scroll all the way to the bottom, and that's where you'll find the birthday people. And if for some reason you don't have any people that it's their birthday that day, you can go back and you can see people that you missed, I think. I know it shows you the future, like it'll say tomorrow, Thursday, blah, blah, blah. So just message them and be like, hey, happy birthday. Do you have anything exciting planned? There you go. Get it started. Okay. Oh, yeah. So, sorry, I didn't tell you what to do next. I have checking into challenge groups as my next portion. So the way that I do it, I do the 3 invites first, 3 new combos, and then 3 new friends, and then I check into my challenge groups. So if you are in a challenge group, which hopefully everybody is, you can, if this is the way that you do it, I know I personally am not going to check into mine right at this moment because I already, hopefully, Karen, did I post it in? I don't remember. I just have a system where I post something during the day, but then at night before I go to bed, I check into people's check-ins. So I comment on all of their check-ins towards the end of the day. And then in the morning, if there's anybody that I missed, I'll comment on that when I check in the morning. So I personally check into my challenge group at least twice a day. Is everybody in a challenge group that they can check into? And you can count that as checking in as far as posting a coaching post. So sharing sharing a article on your blog, or sharing a recipe, sharing a motivational poster, sharing a motivational quote, giving them a tip about something. Like this past weekend, as far as like Karen had a really awesome post for our challenge group as far as like Easter candy. So she had put a cute little picture with Easter candy, and then she said about like, here's some tips on how to stay on track with not eating too much candy. So, you know, something like that. You can check in with your coach post, check in as far as like if you're doing your power hour at 10 o'clock at night, you can post your check-in. I hope even as coaches, you're still holding yourself accountable, because that's going to encourage your challengers to stay on track, because they want to see if you're into it too. And I know I personally have a hard time sometimes sharing that I forgot my shake, or I didn't get a workout in, or whatever it is. I'm like, I don't want to tell them, but just do it. Do it anyway. It makes you more real anyway when you're honest. People can relate. Because nobody's perfect. Nobody gets a 5 on their nutrition every day. You just can't. Like, I think I know one person who really can, and she's like a crazy, psycho, shredded figure person, but she's so anal she won't even step on stage. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, you're shredded all year round. Like, you live off of chicken and broccoli. Please go eat some chocolate.
I feel like you probably are on track with your nutrition 99.9% of the time, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. How's that prep going?
Well, that's the thing too. Like, I do point out in my challenge group that not everybody's 5 is the same. So my 5 is not the same as somebody else's 5. And so if I give myself a 4, it might be different than somebody else's 4. You know what I mean? And I also have like a true 5, like my 5, and then I have like my 5. Like,
yeah, so do I.
You know what I mean? And so when I'm on a serious roll of like, we have serious goals, then that's a serious 5. What I mean by that is, yeah, that prep, Melissa. So just like, whatever. I'm probably sidetracking you guys, but Deidre and I were talking about doing a figure competition, and we were going to do it in May. And then she informed me right before she left for the cruise that she was not going to be doing the figure competition in May. And so pretty much that day, I was like, oh, well, then I don't want to do it. So I'm going to go to Wendy's now.
So neither one of you were doing it then?
Well, so we're not doing May, but I did sign up for the Beachbody Classic. So I am doing that, which is in July at Summit in Nashville. And I haven't decided if I'm doing like a real one and where. So, which the one that she wanted to do was NPC Pittsburgh, which I didn't do that one that she wanted to do, but I did a different one. And I don't know. I'm just kind of like, NPC kind of turned me off at one point. It's a long story. It's not really a long story, but I won't get into it. So I don't know. I might go with the federation that I used to go with before.
Okay. It all turns me off because I don't want to be orange, and I really I like food.
Yes. It's a good way to learn a lot about yourself. Jill, you did the Beachbody Classic last year?
Yes, I did.
That's awesome. How was it?
It was a lot more intense than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I struggle. I had like a coach and everything, but the competition is very fierce. Like people start way out and they're very intense.
Yeah, Deidre just told me today that the girl who won it last year was like pretty hardcore.
They're all really hardcore and to the point where like before you go on stage, they're like doing resistance bands. Like they're that crazy.
Okay, so it's kind of like a regular competition.
And the majority of them are NPC. And they don't tell you that. Like I noticed once I was looking around and stuff. Yeah.
Well.
But don't be discouraged. I mean, you're intense like that too. I mean, you get amazing results. They're just very like, they were black with the tans and there was no ounce of fat on them. They were very intense, not very friendly. It was just very fierce.
Oh, well, that's not cool. I like to be friendly. I may be carb depleted, but I'm friendly. And actually, I'm not carb depleted on the day of a show because I'll be like squirting honey in my mouth and eating nerds before I get on stage.
Right? And then what they do is, the thing that stinks is, so you go Thursday and then they pick the top 20 or whatever. And then you have to wait a whole entire day before you come back on stage.
Oh, well, that's not cool. Yeah.
So you have a whole day of not cheating, and then they email you and tell you if you're in the top 20.
Yeah, that's rough when prejudging is the day before, because then you just have to stay on your game and be like dehydrated for 2 days. That doesn't sound fun.
Yeah, but it was a really good experience. I mean,
yeah.
The only thing that sucked was the reverse dieting. I didn't do it right, so I was binge eating when it was all said and done. It was terrible.
Yeah, that's where it can get really rough, because you end up learning a lot about yourself as far as like how far you can push yourself. And yeah, it definitely, a lot of people that already have eating disorders do competitions. I don't think that competitions well, I mean, they probably could lead to eating disorder, but there's a whole lot of it that's like all intertwined. And yeah, you can definitely do metabolic damage if you're not doing it correctly.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those things where I got so intense about it, and then you're just you feel so deprived. So when it was all said and done, you're in Nashville, we went out drinking. That was a nightmare because I hadn't drank in so long. Just the eating and stuff. But it was a good experience. So, yeah. I recommend you do it. It's just they're very intense. They're all NPC, which I didn't know until like I went to go compete. I'm like, I should have started sooner.
Yeah, and what I said to Deidre when she told me that it was like pretty hardcore, I was like, well, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Like, I'm not gonna step on stage and not be happy with where I am. So if I am in it, like, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of people who just step on stage and aren't prepared and things like that.
And sometimes
the men are all like ripped, like they're hardcore, all of them.
Wow. All right. So if everybody has checked into their challenge groups, my next recommendation would be to check into your team page. So whether that is your personal team page, if you have your own, also checking into your uplines team page, checking into your uplines team page, depending on what groups you're in. I have my own team page. I have Forever Fit. I have Dream Team. I have a Diamond page, which is like the Forever Fit Diamonds. And then also check into your training groups. If you are in any sort of training group, like a Shakeology training group, an inviting training group. So those I would give myself a good 10 minutes to check into team pages. So that way, like if you're running your own team, you're posting something for your downline, something important, you're reminding them about Super Saturday, make sure they get their tickets. You're checking into Forever Fit or Dream Team, checking up to see if you're missing anything, if there's any new videos that are posted that you need to watch from your upline. Wink, wink. And checking into any, like, I personally like to check into the Forever Fit Diamond group because there seems to be like good tips in there. Sometimes like Deidre will post the same things in different groups. Like if she has her personally sponsored page, the Forever Fit page, and the Forever Fit Diamonds page. So sometimes she posts the same things, but there's always good info in all of those. And then as far as the training groups, hopefully everybody is in one at some point, whether that's like a push to Emerald or push to Diamond, or like I was saying, the Shakeology training, what to post. There's a group I found, it was like when you don't know what to post about. That has some good stuff in it.
What? Where's that group?
I think it's like Raina Odell's. I found it and was like, hi, can I be in here?
Fine. Quick question.
Yes.
The 3-day refresh, is it the challenge pack? Is it 140?
Yes.
Okay.
I am not going to keep you guys, but I'm going to tell you to finish out your power hour. I was going to say schedule your posts. So if you guys have not already, write down 5 to 8 things, 5 to 8 topics or things in your life that you care about or that you want to post about or share about. So if you've not already done that, that should be something that is kind of like the base to your niche. That's going to be how you're posting to your target market. So things that you like or something about you, like you're a teacher, you're a runner, you're a gym rat, you're breastfeeding your kids, or you're a mom, or you're a soccer mom, or whatever it is, and use those to schedule your posts through the week. So it might be helpful for you to have like a organized schedule. So as far as like Mondays, you're posting a recipe. Tuesdays, you're posting a transformation photo. Wednesdays, you're posting, and of course you're posting 3 to 5 times a day, but I'm just saying, like, write out a schedule for specific things. So like on Monday, you're doing a recipe and then you're posting about your kid's soccer game. Tuesday, you're posting a transformation photo and then you're posting a workout video or a food picture. I mean, people love food pictures. Thursday, you're doing Thankful Thursday. What are you thankful about? You're thankful what Beachbody's done for you. So always, remember to throw in that, like, what Beachbody coaching has done for you. And even if you're having a hard time finding something, like if you're a brand new coach, think about what it's done for you as far as like being a challenger. If you're, feeling healthier just by a couple weeks of doing Shakeology and eating clean and working out.
Kayla,
Yes.
that response about the Shakeology, if it's too expensive or whatever.
Mhm.
Is that on the team page? Do you
Right.
know that format of what to respond back?
Probably, but if not, I know I have some sample conversations in there, but specifically, what, did I say that I had a,
I don't know.
yeah, let me make sure
Because
that
I get that often, and I'm like, oh, well, that's work, so okay.
sure, I can make sure that I have it in there if I don't have it in there.
Okay, cool. Okay, is it possible for you to, would it instant message me on it with it?
Yeah.
Because I can save it. I can find those files whenever I use my laptop, but on my phone, it doesn't show the files.
Oh, yeah, I know what
So
you
I
mean.
want to save it to my phone.
Gotcha.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so before the rest of you run away, just to finish off your power hour, okay, so if you haven't taken notes on a way to do your power hour, which I have one, I had like a big picture that I created and I can't find it. It used to be the background of my computer and I have no idea what happened to it when I changed it. But anyway, so we did the 3 invites, the 3 new conversations, 3 new friends, checked into the challenge group, check into team pages, check into training group, schedule your posts for the week, 10 minutes of personal development, whether that is a book or audio, whether you're catching up on team calls, the National Wake Up Call, checking the coach online office to see if you're missing anything in the breaking news section. And then I have in my kind of daily to-do list to comment on other people's pictures or posts, and in a way that's kind of building the relationship. I don't really count that as like my building relationship conversation, but I count that as adding value to other people and kind of starting to try and form a relationship with people. And it's also a good way to, if you're having a hard time figuring out how to follow up with a certain person because you left the conversation in a way that you're like, I'm not really sure like how to approach that, go back to their page and stalk them for a little bit and comment on their pictures and add a little value to their life and let them know that you're still watching them. And then also on top of that, encouraging the people that are your friends on Facebook or your potential challengers. Don't forget to always encourage your current challengers and also your coaches if you have a downline. A lot of people, depending on their personality color, really thrive from encouragement or accolades. So always give everybody that support and the props for the hard work that they're doing. And then, of course, don't forget to get in your workout and your shake and call it a day for your power hour and a half. All right, guys. Does anybody have any questions before I head out of here?
No, but I'm going to Facebook message you. So.
Okay. Sounds good. Or, okay. I was going to say, unless you just wanted to stay on.
We can do that. I don't care.
Okay. All right.